possible for people to aspire for leadership and to be elected into leadership. We have to address the problems of money in politics. Listen to the speech of Mr. President, where he is pressing that there have been peaceful and orderly primaries. But we know very well, deep down in our conscience, we have a delegate system where hundreds of millions of naira and dollar was bribed to delegates to elect people who are to be leaders of this country. It never happened in June 12, 1993. So we already, our leadership recruitment system is so polluted and corrupt. And we already have a bad foundation, thinking that we can build an angelic and saintly society from that. It is impossible to do that. So I will use this opportunity to thank the organizers of this forum. And I believe that next year, as we assemble here, the agenda for this summit in this house will be quite different. The Abiola family, you should know that you are an unofficial role for Nigerian democracy. And whoever answers your name, a very big soul. So just like you have it in England, the family of Queen Elizabeth. So for democracy, you are the royal family of Nigerian democracy, and you have a duty to make sure that you unite as a family to preserve the identity, the integrity of your father who has become the father of the nation. I know the problems. I come from a northern part of Nigeria, and I know the problems of big family. But you have no option. It should be your uniting point, and keep aside personal and primordial interest. And his name should be what matters from now to the end of this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, distinguished Senator Comrade Sheu Sani. That was a great one, very instructive to what we are doing on the way forward. Banditry must be a thing of past. We have to deal with that in Nigeria. Without much ado, because we'll be taking the speech of the governor to honor the memory of the matter, the father of Nigerian democracy. Before I call on the governor of Lagos State, may I quickly call on Enadeko Shifting, President of Igbo Council of Women Elders. Chief Madam, no, Chief Madam Chika, in the microphone, please.
All of you, especially Father Tony, but I remember your role then, Chief Ozekomen. I remember all of you, Wale, Senator Sani, and most of us that are here, and all of us, for keeping alive. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank God for today. It is a memorable day in the life of every Nadeko chieftain. I thank God because we are here to educate our young ones who are aspiring to be the leaders of this country. We want them to emulate their political fathers, those that have gone and those that are still here, for leading them rightly. Because some of them, those that are still alive, but with age notwithstanding, are still very honest to nature. Whoever is here for Sani Sheu Abiola Foundation, for associating with this house, I am a family member. A very strong one at that. Though I am from the East, I am a regular, very regular visitor to this particular house. And I was so honored. If you remember, there was a day it was announced that a woman had her car stuffed with salt. They opened my car and filled the radiator with salt. I went out to a distance and the car stopped. It was the mechanic that discovered that. I was the woman they asked Sergeant Rogers to come and eliminate in Onitsha. After they've gone for Kobeni, they came to my house. And as God will have it, we and them crossed our path. God took me. It was a struggle. I hope you remember Razor. You know Razor? Razor newspaper. You remember it? God will have it. Here we are today. I align myself with whatever and what Pat Otomi said. Senator Sani, Michael Zekome. We are still in the struggle until there is freedom in this country. The struggle will end. People thought that when MKO abiola died and they propped up Chief Obasanjo, that the struggle would end. It did not end. Till today, it is still on. Until justice prevails. Until the children of Nigeria are free. Until our youth take over their country. I remember then when the military siren or what would blow, they would tell us, hold your breath. We want this country to be very good as other countries. We want Nigeria to be like Europe. We want Nigeria to be like all those countries in the world where there are no corruption. We agree. But today, we are seeing serious corruption. Very serious one. Corruption. They took over because there are serious. To his words, we have to be very, very obedient to whatever God has stated or declared for Nigeria. Nigeria will be obedient. I thank each and every one of us that are here. Though we are getting old, we are getting very
One
old.
house, please. One house.
Our children that are on the streets now will liberate us. Though some of us don't have the strength to crisscross the length and breadth of this country, but our voices will resonate. God will help us direct our children aright. Because when a father is about 60, 70, 80 years, the father will be thinking, how will my children be? How will I direct my children? Not when my father is about 80 years old, and I am close to 50 or 60 something years, my father will still want to lead me. When my father is about 90 years, my father will be directing me on what to do. So Nigerian youth said no, it is our time. Because they have always heard that the youth will take care of this country. And since from when they have announced the youth to take over this country, they did not allow the youth to take over this country, the youth are doing so themselves. And we will align to their cause. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you.
Thank you. A round of applause for Madam Chika Imeneme, the President of Igbo Council of Women Elders in Nadeko Chieftain, a great woman who rattled the military regime of that time. We'd like to appreciate your presence here. Thank you very much. Well, now I'd like to recognize the presence of the personal assistant to Chief MKO abiola. He's been here since the beginning of this program. He's no other person than our own Alhaji Oyeyemi Akinteye Muraina. Alhaji Akinteye. Please stand up for recognition. Oh, he's here. Please come here, let them see you. That was the personal assistant to Chief MKO abiola. A round of applause for him. He was the main man in the house. The main man in the house. You are welcome. Alhaji Akinteye. We appreciate you. We appreciate your steadfastness. Nice to have you here. We plan to have tributes at the top side, and we'll take the family response at that time. And we'll take prayers. Our cleric and chief priests are here. The imam is here. But we are also expecting in the house one of our invited statesmen, former governor of Anambra State, a presidential candidate of the Third Force Movement. He is to join us very soon. That is no other person. He's here. If he's here, please. Can we have His Excellency Mr. Peter, the quiet working, a great man of humility, a man of the people. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, he even does not like people call Excellency this, Excellency that. A great man in humility, a man of the people, a man of the movement. Mr. Peter Obi, generally known as Pingo, is in our midst today to honor the martyrdom of Chief MKO abiola. Senator Sani just said it, that he is connected to Chief MKO abiola, and is in our midst, just working quietly to respect our invitation. And it's a great honor to us to have him here. So, well, a round of applause for him. Yes, other tributes will be taken. But before we take the speech of the governor of Lagos State, ably represented by Madam Jaji, his SSG, we would like to first take the speech of Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State, to speak to us, to address this event. No, it's protocol. It's under protocol. Under protocol. The governor speaks last. The governor speaks last. The governor speaks last. That's no. Okay, yes. So, well, she has to be with us at the top side. Thank you very much. So, we have, we will have to take His Excellency Peter after the governor then. Okay. Let's yes. Okay. We greatest Nigerian people. We are orderly people. We are known for orderliness and organization. There is a program before us and we are following that program. We take invited statement in this program before the government, and that is the protocol. But however, we will, that's the end. But in this case, by popular decision, we will take His Excellency Mr. She will speak. Okay, all right.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Madam, I really appreciate, the fight. Anyway, it's not fight, it's struggle, especially for women and all of that you have done. I really appreciate it. But protocol demands that Mr. Obi speaks first, Chief Obi speaks first, and then, because once the governor says one or two things, and then it will round up all of the speeches. That was what Mr. Lani was trying to do. I hope you don't
Well, mine is a very simple one, so sincerely thank all the start with the family, recognizing the family, then recognizing all those that are in high table, excellency the governor being represented. And for us, what we're doing today, in honor of a hero, a man who sacrificed his life for his country, a man who lived for other people. All we can do today, what I've told people while I was on my way here, is to reflect and examine our lives as Nigerians and ask ourselves questions. For what he sacrificed for, where are we today? For all he wanted to do for Nigeria, where are we today? I think he was the first person that made me to vote in Nigeria. Because I believe in what I was saying. It was practical. It was saying something that is you could see, you could feel. But in Nigeria, I did mention this morning, where the best is always, we don't end up with the best, we end up with the least in us. So we're just here in remembrance and using this occasion to call all of us who are still practitioners in politics of Nigeria to recommit ourselves to building the ideals which our great father stood for, and died for. Finally, to all of us, been to so many churches today, and I've always asked them, being a Sunday, please continue to pray for Nigeria. Continue to pray for Nigeria. Let your prayer points be, may God touch the hearts of all of us, including myself, who are politicians, to use public money for public good. May God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, former governor of Anambra State. Just to also notify all that other presidential candidates were invited, including Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we have the copy of their not acknowledged letter, and even Waziri Atiku Abubakar, because he was talking to them, they were all invited. But Mr. Peter, we have deemed it fit to come here, so we appreciate and thank him very much. Without much ado, before we go to the Tom side to take tributes from our associate, we'd like to call on the governor of Lagos State, ably represented by the secretary to the government, Mrs. Jaji, to speak to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me first of all apologize on behalf of Mr. Governor. He had to be unavoidably absent. Let me put it that way. So please accept his apologies. That's why he has asked me to come and represent him. Well, let me talk of the Abiola family and the children and other distinguished personalities on the high table so that we can save time. I would not go through the protocol, and of course, every distinguished personality that is here present. I believe everybody that is present here is distinguished, and that's why you are here. So please just permit me to say a few things, because there's no prepared speech on behalf of Mr. Governor. But I just want to, let me say a few things. Let me thank the Abiola family and the organizers of this event who have done it over the years, since we lost Chief MKO abiola. And so that I don't even repeat a lot of the things that have been said, my take from this gathering is that a lot has been said to repeat, the history and exactly all of the things, that happened prior to the election of MKO abiola and the subsequent events. And the beauty of all of that is to remind us, because I believe as Nigerians, we tend to forget a lot of things very easily. I don't know why that is, or maybe it's not our fault, but that this particular event is always there to remind us so that we don't forget. And I think the key thing, the onus is on all of us. We have all heard of all of the issues, all of the challenges, all of the problems. It will be